Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Vincent, and did you know that 6 out of 10 people wear glasses, contacts, or have had corrective eye surgery? So today I'll be talking to you about my senior project, where I fabricated a pair of glasses with my eye doctor. First, I'm going to start off with my research page for my senior paper. My original topic for my senior paper was how photoreceptors differ from that in animals' eyes and human eyes, and how that difference gives them an edge above us. While it was a very interesting topic, I did have to switch it last minute because modern science does not know enough about these photoreceptors for me to write a paper on it. And these cones that had difficulty with was double cones, and UV cones, and infrared cones. I did have to switch my paper last minute. It was not a big problem. I had to change it to how age affects photoreceptors in our eyes due to muscular degeneration and cataracts. My senior paper here, I have a picture of the 2 rubrics. I did get exemplary on both of the rubrics, and I do have a link to the paper. Next is my learning stretch. My whole senior project was a learning stretch for me. I went from not knowing where my glasses come from to knowing the whole process of getting the prescription to handing them to the patient at the end. This was even more important for me because I want to be an eye doctor. So not only did I learn this process, I learned how an eye doctor's office worked, the process from getting the patient in to getting them out. And it was just a great experience for me because this is really what I want to do when I get older and as my profession. Next is my product page. So I've been telling you that I made a pair of glasses, so let's see how they're made. So there is a slight difference depending on what kind of glasses you have. I see everybody here has rimmed glasses. It does differ for rimless glasses too. And I will be getting into that as I go through. So first of all, you've all been into an eye doctor's for those who have glasses, and you've sat in front of a phoropter. Now a phoropter is a machine that helps the doctor get a prescription. And I have an example of a prescription. This is my prescription. I can pass this around. So you always start with the right eye and you go to the left. And as you're sitting here and you're looking through the phoropter at a board at least 20 feet away, the doctor is switching between different lenses. And these lenses are different powers, and they're asking you which one looks better so that the eye doctor can get the strongest and most accurate prescription. After he gets that prescription, he writes it down on one of those, and he takes you to a room where he has a large selection of glasses. The selection is always large because there are different people. And if you look around at people wearing glasses, everybody has a different pair of glasses on. So the more variety, the more happier the customer. After the eye doctor has the glasses, the patient will leave and the eye doctor will really get to work, and this is what happens behind the scenes. So an eye doctor will always have lenses on hand, and lenses are discs. And we call them glasses, but glasses aren't actually made of glass anymore. They're made of a type of plastic. And it's better because the plastic can become denser so that you can get large prescriptions without making the lens overly thick. The most common material lenses are made out of are CR39 and polycarbonate. And here's a selection sheet that the eye doctor also goes through. The materials are on this right here. The prescriptions range from 1 to 7 because those are the most common, but if you need something a little different, like if you have an astigmatism which causes for a cylinder and an axis, then the eye doctor will order the lenses through a company that's already established. So after the eye doctor has the lenses, he takes it to a lensometer. Now a lensometer looks like a microscope, and with a light in the back. So what the eye doctor will do is he'll take the lens, which is a circle, and he will fit it into the lensometer, and it'll sit there. He'll turn the light on the back and he'll look through. And looking through the lensometer, there are 4 green lines. Now it's very important that these 4 lines are as clear as possible. If you'll notice, there's a small dial right here which he'll input the prescription on, and there's another dial on the other side that's for the cylinder and the axis. So after these lines are perfectly clear, which means that the lens is perfectly fitted, it will be marked with 3 ink dots right across where the lines connect. The eye doctor will then take that marked lens over to a tracer, and the tracer is here. This is a full view, and this is what that panel looks like, and this is what the bottom looks like. So the eye doctor will take your glasses and pop the dummy lenses out, and the machine will trace the outside of the glasses, and it'll appear here. So this is what the glasses look like when I was making them for this set of glasses. Now, I had mentioned that rimless glasses are a little different. They'll actually pop the dummy lens out and put them in a plastic holder, and then the machine will trace the dummy lens. So after this, you'll also notice there are some buttons here, and you have to make sure you tell the machine what kind of material it is, whether it's left or right, whether it's a bifocal or not, whether it's a progression, because these things are very important, because if you mess this up, it might not cut correctly in the edger. So as you can see down under these black dots, and this here is right here. So it's a camera, so you can see down under it. So you'll take your disc, your marked lens, and you'll slip it under there. And you'll match up those 3 black dots with a line set right across the middle of the glasses. And you'll make sure that fits in so that when you're cutting your lens to fit this, it doesn't chip off or you don't have enough. After this, a blocker will be placed on it to hold it in place so that as it's being cut in the edger, it doesn't move around and for breakup. And here's the edger, and you can see that the edger kind of looks like the tracer in terms of the screen, and the screens are all the same because they are connected machines. Here you'll also tell her what kind of material it is, left or right glasses. So I had mentioned before that the 2 most common materials for making glasses is CR39 and polycarbonate. It's very important to tell the machine which one you're using because polycarbonate, as it's being cut, can make a residue, and if the setting's on wrong, it could clog the machine. So I'm saying cut, but it's actually a grind wheel, and it's a set of grind wheels that you can see here. It has like coarse all the way to fine as you're refining it, and then it has a small edge that will edge the outside of the lens so that when you can pop it into your glasses and it'll stay in place. So you'll take your block lens and you'll put it in. It usually takes between 10 to 15 minutes, again, depending on the material and doing both glasses. After you're done with that, you'll have your glasses. So now let's cut out glasses. And you still have the blocker on it. And you still have your 3 dots, and you have to just clean that off, and you set it into your lenses. And all eye doctors will have a station kind of like this, so that he can clean it off. He has some alcohol wipe to take off the ink, and some other tools. If you have metal glasses like these, you'll notice that there's little screws right here to keep the lenses in. But if you have something plastic like these here, or pretty much like all of yours, you'll have to heat it up to push the lenses in so you don't break the plastic. Another really important thing that the eye doctor will do is make sure the glasses lay flat on the side so that they don't move around and so that they're flat on someone's face. So if you saw before when I was setting up, I have 2 pairs of glasses. The glasses I just showed you now in the metal frames are my old prescription. These are my updated prescription, and these are the glasses I made for my senior project. These are transition glasses. As you can see, I had them in the sun, and they'll progress back to normal as I continue my presentation. So these are the glasses I wear on a daily basis when I'm not wearing my contacts. And again, they are plastic, so that they did have to be heated up to set in. And if you set it upside down like this on the desk, you'll notice that they are also flat. I also have a video here. I was asked to present what I had for my senior project earlier in the year to show the school board what some of us are doing. Next is my reflections. So I did do this all over the summer, so when doing my quarterly reflections, I really had to think about how I was going to split it up. I just talk about how we were talking about different types of things to do. He gave me an option of making glasses or taking retinal pictures, and we obviously chose the glasses. And then we go through the process of him teaching me how to make it, and then by the end I was making glasses by myself. He was letting me do it on my own. Next is my roadblocks. I did not have a single roadblock with my senior project. I am very proud to be able to say that with the product itself. The paper, on the other hand, as I mentioned, I did have to stop and change the topic, which that also intrigued me because I hope that in the future that maybe I will be the one to discover more about double cones and these photoreceptors that we don't know about right now. Last is the classes that helped. The one class that really helped me was my civics class, and especially Mr. Fusco. I have sometimes a difficulty organizing my thoughts, even though I know I have them all there. And if it weren't for him, this website would have not been able to be as organized as it is, and I would not have been able to run through it if he weren't there really helping me along the way, helping me with my presentation and really giving me the necessary corrections that I needed. And I'm really thankful for him. And my mentor page. So my mentor was Dr. Rory Orfinger. He is my eye doctor, and he's located right here in town on Beach Street. And my senior project went so well that he's actually asked for me back this summer to make glasses with him. And it's going to be an incredible experience yet again, because this is the experience I need for when I want to become an eye doctor. And I just really have to make a shout out to him because he's worked so hard with me. And he's mentored other students before, but only college students. I was his first high school student, and it just went incredibly well. So if any of you see him, just give him a nice thumbs up and a thank you, because he really helped out, and he was a great mentor. So I will take any questions or comments. Thank you so much for listening to my senior project.
Very impressive.
Nice job.
So when you say like the doctor makes glasses, do they actually make them, or I always thought they just get shipped out to a lab and someone else makes them?
You have to be certified to make glasses. There are levels of being an eye doctor. You have your optometrist, your ophthalmologist, your optician. He is a certified optician, so that means he can make his own glasses in his office, which also cuts costs for patients because they don't have to be shipped out and made by someone else.
You mentioned that when they check the eyes, they go right to left always.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
It's usually, well, that is the same in all medical professions. It is right to left, and it's always the patient's right to left. So when I'm looking at you, your right is actually my left when I'm looking at it. But
it has nothing to do with dominant side or anything like that.
no, it's just kind of like a flow.
Mm-hmm.
When you would look at someone, you go from your right, and then you'll check their left. And it's a nice common flow with everything. So not only with optometry, but all medical professions always start from the right and go to the left.
Where are you going to school next year?
I'm going to URI, and then I'm going to join the Air Force and become an eye doctor in the Air Force, and then continue it afterwards.
Are you doing ROTC, or?
This first year at URI, I'm going in rooming and getting that college experience, getting some other classes out of the way. I'm going in for a biology major. And then afterwards, I will go into the Air Force, and I will choose that profession. And I will get the rest of the schooling through the Air Force, and they'll put me to use with my eye doctor knowledge after that. And then after I retire from the Air Force, I want to continue doing it as a profession.
Wow. You go, girl.
Yeah.
Nice journey.
Thank you.
That was something.
Oh.